Alright guys, heading up the mountain, and so we got a little snow up here, but road's not too bad. The other day we came up here, this road was a solid sheet of ice. And we came up here scouting, but today we're going to, well, we came up here scouting and we put a bunch of the equipment up here. But today we're going to actually put the equipment where I think it needs to be and find a more permanent spot for it. But yeah, not a bad little spot. Heading up to the top of the mountain. I'll let you know when we get there. Alright guys, so we found the snow. Still a little snowy and icy up here once you get to the top, but you know, it's doing pretty good. The repeater just beaking out and we're, I don't know, a little ways from it, so we'll be here in a minute. Alright guys, so we made it to the top of the mountain, and guys, this is a little different project than what I'm used to doing. I don't normally do stuff like this, but I had one of our local hunting camps reach out to me and say, hey man, we own land over there, and we own land over there. He said, we have a building on top of the mountain. Now this building does have electricity, but it doesn't always have electricity. Basically they shut it off when they're not here so they don't have to pay for it. Now that being said, I told them, I said, we have a solar repeater. So right now we've got it about 8 foot off the ground. The reason we put it 8 foot off the ground, one, is a deterrent for people to not come mess with it. And two, to keep the interest of the wildlife away. Bears, stuff like that. Now a bear could climb up there and mess with it. Is he going to? Probably not. I've built, this will be box number 4, I believe, that we have put up. But yeah, that's one of ours. And I'll show you the antenna. Now, you can see the box is here. The antenna goes down. Now, I like to loop mine down. You do lose a little bit in height, but it keeps water from running back down your coax. And you go up. I wish I could have got higher. I don't have any more coax. And we're running a J-pole. And that's just screwed up into the side of the tree, and then the coax is, you know, secured coming down. All right, so I'm going to take you up here on the ladder. We're going to look at the repeater, and well, I'm glad I didn't hook this tree. Now I was going to get my climbing spurs out. We're going to climb this, but I didn't want to kill a tree. I don't like to put screws and stuff in trees. I did have to put a couple in here. You know, I am sorry for that. Let's go up here and kind of look, see how I did this. And like I said, this is the only piece of coax I had left. I wasn't planning on putting this repeater here. We were planning on putting it somewhere else, and well, you know, plans do change sometimes, so we put it here. These guys asked for it, and I told them, you know, it's a good spot. It's on a mountaintop. All right, so you can kind of see, I'm trying to get out of y'all sun. We got our repeater up here. Real simple, guys. Your repeater comes down to your fuse block down here. Your fuse block is powered by your battery. This is a 50 amp hour smart battery. I like the smart ones because you can kind of pull them up on your phone and just check, hey, do they have power or not. This is also a smart controller. I'll show you the app here in a minute. This lets us know, hey, I can be on the ground and check it out. Make sure, hey, yep, it is charging like it says it's supposed to be. You know, you have a breaker coming up. This is your power coming in. Here is your fan controller. It's 45. It doesn't actually blink like that. That's the camera. Then you come up here and you've got, y'all see that? Yep. Here's your fan to keep your water and stuff from coming in. You know, we've got a cover here. The way I set this box up, there's nothing on the bottom, and all the bottom down here is open. So you're sucking cold air in through here, and it's exhausting your hot air out up here. Super simple to do. Put your grommets in. Ground wire runs out. We got to hook that up still. But guys, this is, I mean, it's a simple, easy to do setup. Anyone could build this thing. These boxes are easy. If you're in my area, make sure you register it with the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, because they have no objections. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's hooked to this to hook it to the tree. I just used, I'm using these straps. These are stainless steel straps. I'll probably put might put 3 on here. That'll probably do it. This whole thing weighs about 35-40 pounds. You know, that being said, you get the bigger battery, it's going to weigh a little bit more, but this works out really good. You have enough room you can work on it. I do have a USB thing here. So I have a USB port right there, and that is just what powers this little repeater ID. If you're looking for a good repeater ID, these guys, I like the repeater ID that they put out, especially for off-grid stuff like this. If you're wanting something real simple for off-grid, this works really well. Doesn't take a whole lot to it. You know, plug it in, you can come down here, you can push your test, and you'll watch it. Boom, the repeater is beaking out right now. I'm gonna put my SWR meter on here, just check everything with the coax, make sure everything's good. I did move this stuff around pretty rough. This is just LMR 400. Guys, don't crucify me, I know LMR 400, it's terrible for repeaters. I hear it all the time. I talked to a few people about it. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. One of our repeaters in our local area, it runs on, it's a 70 centimeter repeater. It's been on LMR 400. The guy said about every 20 years they replace it. And he said it was cheaper to do it that way than it was to run Helax up there. I don't know. Their antenna's like 150 foot. He says it's cheaper to replace the LMR 400 every 20 years. I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. That's what I was told. Like I said, I don't know. But this is what it looks like. This is the box shut, you know. It looks good. These are good looking boxes. You could easily, if you wanted to, and I would kind of recommend it, get you some spray paint. Spray paint this thing. If you're going to do these fans, they're 80 millimeter fans, you need a 3-inch hole saw. Get the hole saw that has carbide tips. They cost a little bit more. You'll be happy because this is a pretty heavy gauge steel box. I mean, it is not going anywhere. You know, everything comes down to a single ground. The ground's down here. I've got to crimp another end on it, and then we'll run it the rest of the way down. Like I said, our antenna runs up here. That's just a J-pole, 3 dBi J-pole, and so far that thing has worked really, really well. And it's only about, I don't know, what is that, 20 foot off the ground? It's not really high. You're not that high up there, but it should work. I just had a buddy of mine. He lives about 18 miles away, and I said, hey, I'm testing this lamp here, you mind keying it up? He keyed it up. It keyed up just fine, so that worked out well. I do have my squelch set at 5 right now, so I need to bring my computer up here. I'm gonna drop that squelch down because there is no radio stuff up here. It is dead quiet. Therefore, I mean, the next closest repeater site is way over that way. So we should be able to run pretty low squelch and be able to pick up pretty faint signals. So far, I've been really impressed with the Little Midlands and the Redivistas on how well they pick up signal. All right, I'm gonna get this site buttoned up. I'm gonna take, here's our solar panels. We got 200 watts of solar. They're basically gonna sit on the ground right here. Once I get them all set up, I'll show you how we did it real fast. So give me a minute. Star would say, this is how a professional homeowner carries the ladder. This is basically what it's going to look like. Setting up here. You know, your sun will come in. This is south. Our sun's right there. You got this big spot right here though. That'll be that. That thing only uses a couple watts, so it should do really well. The summertime, it's going to do a lot better. And I'm actually thinking we're going to put the solar panels up here, or probably out on this branch, honestly. Kind of suspended up there on a rack, somehow up there, or over here on this tree, and just have like a little power line running across. You know, running the power up and then over, so nobody hits it. I don't know yet, which we'll see. It's a pretty good sized tree though. But like I said, they're gonna be logging out a lot of this. And this repeater is, I mean, it's only supposed to cover, I don't know, this, let's just say 2 miles. Like I said, my buddy's 18 miles away. He could reach it and it worked really well. I had no problems with that. So it does work. It's up high enough, no one should really be messing with it. There's cameras everywhere up here. So if you do mess with it, well, you'll get noticed pretty quickly. And half the time, someone's living in there. So, you know, it is what it is. We are talking about maybe coming out here. They do have a pole over there. It's an old telephone pole. And it's about 80 foot. And we're thinking about putting it over there because they're going to be logging out that whole area. And I told them, I said, leave that pole. And over there is a building that has electricity in it. And we're considering maybe keeping power up here all the time. We don't know yet. If we do though, I've got a couple 40-watt repeaters. I got a couple commercial repeaters we could put up here. Now I've got some stuff we could throw up here that would work really well. So we'll see. We'll see how popular the site is, if it's popular. Or if it just does what they need it to do and that's it. because that's all it has to do. All right, so we got everything buckled up. I got the squat. You hear it? Beaking out nicely. Got everything hooked up. Everything's looking good. We got 200 watts of solar right here. Everything looks good. I do got to come back up here. I forgot my extension cables, or forgot my wire to make new extension cables for my solar panel. So right now we're running on battery power, which is cool because that thing will run for about 15 days on battery power. And I'm gonna ride back up here this evening and get those. So, all right, let's get back to the house.